Hi, I'm Kesley Butler. Um, After reading the little story about Rose and Mr. Salazar in our textbook, I started to think of some cultural differences that I might face as I become a teacher. And I was thinking about how I grew up with my parents super involved in my school, and my mom was a teacher, so everything that I did was important to them, and they were at every parent teacher conference. I was scared of a phone call home threat, but thinking about where I might be teaching and the kind of population that I might be serving, I was thinking that not all of my students may have that kind of parent involvement. Um, so that's my specific situation. Not all those kids may have the same respect for teachers that I had growing up. Their parents might not be involved in want to be involved in parent teacher conferences. Their parents may not help them with their homework when they're at home. And I did some research actually, and that could be for a couple of different reasons. First of all, you have to think about these low income families, what their parents' school life was like. They may have not had support from their parents, so that's what they learned. They didn't learn that parent involvement was important in school. If they dropped out of school before graduation, then school might not hold that same standing for them. Um, so you have to think about those specific experiences from those kinds of parents. So after knowing that and knowing that the students I have may not have involved parents, I have to do my best as their teacher to try and guide them along school in the best way possible. If they're struggling doing homework at home because maybe their parents don't know English very well, then I have to give them that extra support and that extra help to make sure that they know what they're doing in the classroom. So I have to understand that just because in my culture, the way I was raised, my parents thought school was important to me. I'll raise my kids with the importance of school. Some families just don't have that, not because they don't care, but because that's just not their culture and that's just not how they were raised. So I think it's super important as a future teacher to understand that there are those different barriers that some kids may face throughout their school.